Africa's Mpumalanga province is making a major move to boost industrial growth. On Thursday, the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone signed a strategic partnership with the University of Mpumalanga, focusing on skills development, applied research, and infrastructure. To explain how this collaboration will impact the province, regional trade, and local communities, we speak to Victor Windvoel, Chairperson of the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone Board. Victor, thank you for joining us. How are you this morning?
No, I'm fine, thanks, and thanks for having us, and good morning to your listeners.
Thanks for making time then for us. So, for listeners across the world, let's start by explaining or unpacking what the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone is and what it aims to achieve.
The Nkomazi Special Economic Zone, it's a zone which is strategically located at Komati Port, which is a town just adjacent to the Libombo border post when you're going to Mozambique. It's just about 5 kilometers from that border post and also adjacent to one of our neighboring countries, which is Eswatini.
So, where in South Africa's Mpumalanga province is the NSEZ located, or the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone, and why is this spot strategic?
Yeah, it's very strategic because it's located alongside the Maputo Development Corridor, which is one of the economic arteries going through to Mozambique. And it's going to be strategic because in terms of our designation license, we'll be focusing mostly on agro-processing, manufacturing, and also logistics. As you would understand that one of the key economic drivers of Mpumalanga is agriculture. So we are looking at a very sustainable value chain in terms of production, which can be made available and accessible to investors who will be coming into the zone. Because, as you would know, a special economic zone is investor driven. So, as investors come and locate within the precinct of the special economic zone, they will then have an advantage to tap into the adequate supply in terms of your agricultural products into their own sectoral factory or manufacturing plants which they are going to put in within the zone.
So, who, in terms of those investors, are you looking for or looking at, and also industries that you will be specifically targeting? I think you mentioned agriculture there. Is that what it will be only?
Yes, yeah. Like for example, one of our potential investors, which is Cotton Gin, they would like to be accessing cotton products which are also compatible in terms of farming products within the area of Nkomazi, and that will assist them in terms of their manufacturing of what you call clothing material. And already we've got another global logistics institution called DP World, which we have already signed a lease agreement with them, which they will also be coming into the precinct of the zone. And they will be mostly dealing with the logistic sector, which will enable whoever comes as an investor to easily load their products for export purposes using the the Maputo port, which is almost 95 kilometers from where we're located as the special economic zone. The plan is that they will establish their site within the railway siding, which is within the special economic zone precinct, and they will create a one-stop intermodal point where all the investors whom are going to house within the precinct, they can use that as they clear their products to go through to whatever destination in terms of their clientele which they will have. And coincidentally, the advantage is that DP World has been also given a concession to operate the Maputo harbor or the Maputo port, which makes things easy, and there's going to be synergy, ensuring that there is a very short span in terms of turnaround time, which is good for business.
You mentioned the neighboring country of Mozambique to South Africa on this NSEZ. Also, we understand Eswatini is another neighboring country. So, how is this hoping to strengthen connections there?
Yeah, it's going to be helpful in terms of boosting and enhancing regional economic development, because South Africa were also part of SADC. So it's very much important that as we conduct our business as the Nkomazi SEZ, we also take on board our neighbors or neighboring countries. As you would know, also Swaziland is one of the prime areas in terms of agricultural products that will also assist in terms of ensuring that there's sustainable supply of commodities or products to any investor who is coming in with regards to the agro-processing sector and even manufacturing sector.
What type of impact can the local communities and young people in the region expect from this development?
Yeah, it's going to be great. Firstly, because now we're moving to a development phase where we're going to be putting bulk infrastructure, bulk water supply, bulk electricity supply. So as the construction ensues, that will also open up economic opportunities with regards to the construction sector during that phase. And on the other hand, it will also be opening up job creation opportunities. As you would know, Nkomazi, in terms of its demographics and statistics, is one of the poverty pockets of the country, and that's going to make a great impact in terms of ensuring that we also deal with poverty, which is around that area. But in the long term, as investors are coming in, because currently we've got a lineup of 14 investors who want to come and operate within the Nkomazi SEZ. In the long term, it's going also to open up uh, job opportunities for the people around Nkomazi and even beyond. And we are happy that yesterday we also signed a memorandum of understanding, as we have reflected on it, with the University of Mpumalanga, which will also assist in terms of skills development, so that we ensure that the unskilled youth within Nkomazi can also get the relevant skills which investors will need in their operations going forward. And that will also have a very positive impact in terms of improving the livelihoods of the people within the Nkomazi area.
Victor, thank you so much. We'll leave it there for now. We appreciate your time again.
Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for having us.
It is our pleasure. Victor Windvoel is chairperson of the Nkomazi Special Economic Zone Board, explaining the new partnership with the University of Mpumalanga in South Africa's Mpumalanga province.
It's 7 o'clock.